Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. The Birmingham Bowl brings us a battle of the Carolinas as 9-3 Coastal Carolina takes on 7-5 East Carolina. And I gotta say, guys, I love this matchup. This is going to be a very, very fun game. And it also has a lot of interesting storylines as well. Coastal Carolina obviously going to be without their head coach, Jamie Chadwell, who left to take the Liberty job. They've already hired their new coach, Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator at NC State. He is going to be the new head man for the Chanticleers. ECU guys, they're playing in their first bowl game since 2015. Also happened to be the Birmingham Bowl as well, where they fell to Florida. And they should have been in the bowl last year, but it was ultimately canceled. So you know the Pirates are going to be pumped and ready to go for this game. And I, for one, am very, very excited for it. So again, guys, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. We are here to break down everything you need to know for this Birmingham Bowl between the Chanticleers and the Pirates. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. We have our holiday special over there. $29.99 gets you every single college football bowl game spread pick and every single NFL playoff game spread pick as well. So all postseason football, we have you covered over on thegridironexpert.com. Go check it out. Beating out over 80% of the national analysts, hitting 60% of our bets this year. You're going to win some big-time money with us if you go sign up today. So check it out. Link down in the description below. So let's take a look at this game, guys. I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty fun offensive game. It's kind of a bragging rights game, if you will. And both teams certainly have a lot to play for, but you could argue that ECU certainly has more motivation coming into this game. But we'll start with Coastal Carolina, the designated road team offensively. We know that for their offense, Grayson McCall is the key. And as of this video, as of this filming, we are expecting McCall to play in this bowl game. He was the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year with over 2,600 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. He had 319 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in their championship loss to Troy. This is a Chanticleers offense, guys, that averages over 29 points per game, nearly 250 passing yards per game, and over 160 rushing yards per game as well. They also have seven players with at least 100 reception yards, led by their wide receiver Sam Pinckney, who transferred from Georgia State to Coastal Carolina, so transferred within the conference, 917 reception yards and 3 touchdowns. So this is a Coastal Carolina team that can beat you through the air, that can beat you on the ground, but Grayson McCall is the key. When they don't have him, they might struggle a little bit. We saw that a little bit when he missed the majority of November. He was able to get them enough to that win over App State, and then Coastal had a couple bad losses, including a 40-point loss to James Madison. ECU, on the other hand, they have an electric offense in the American, 30.7 points per game, and they're loaded with talent from top to bottom. Nearly 289 passing yards per game, over 170 rushing yards per game, and it all starts with their star quarterback in Holton Ahlers, who's thrown for over 3,400 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. So really, really good numbers from a veteran quarterback. Isaiah Winstead is their 1,000-yard wide receiver, has 4 touchdowns on the year. So you have a 3,000-yard passer, you have a 1,000-yard receiver, and you have a 1,000-yard rusher as well. Keaton Mitchell, over 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns on the year at running back. So ECU can beat you through the air. They can beat you on the ground. They scored at least 35 points in half of the games they've played this year. They know how to score. They know how to run offense. A lot of credit to Mike Houston, the job that he's doing with the Pirates. Question going into this game clearly is when you look at the offense, it looks like ECU does own that slight advantage. Will Coastal Carolina's defense be able to slow them down? It's going to be easier said than done. The Chanticleers are giving up over 30 points per game and giving up over 280 passing yards per game. We just mentioned that ECU is averaging nearly 290. So Holton Ahlers could have himself a day against this Chanticleers defense. You look at the numbers a little bit deeper. Coastal Carolina only giving up 130 rushing yards per game, which isn't bad. Keaton Mitchell might not have a huge day on the ground. ECU might have to resort more to the pass, but that's okay. ECU's okay doing that. The Pirates want to pass the ball with Holton Ahlers. I mean, look at the numbers here. Coastal Carolina gave up 318 passing yards to Troy, 287 passing yards to James Madison. Also gave up 215 rushing yards to the Dukes as well. Gave up 313 passing yards to Southern Miss, 279 to App State. And then against Old Dominion, they gave up 323 rushing yards. So the passing defense is the main weakness, but they are susceptible to big run days like they had against Old Dominion and James Madison, which were 2 of the biggest losses of Coastal Carolina's season so far. They had 3 losses. 2 of those, Old Dominion and James Madison, were blowout losses. The Chanticleers guys do have a really, really good pass rush, though. 34 sacks on the year, but they lose a star on the edge, Josiah Stewart. 3.5 sacks this year. Last year set the single season record for Coastal Carolina, 12.5 sacks. He will not be playing in this game. He's entering the transfer portal. So big loss there for Coastal when it comes to their pass rush. ECU, on the other hand, defensively, they're not that great either. They're giving up 27 points per game. They're giving up nearly 300 passing yards per game. So again, a great quarterback battle. I love offense. So watching Grayson McCall, we assume, versus Holton Ahlers is going to be a fun quarterback battle. We expect Ahlers to have a big day. We expect McCall clearly to have a big day. ECU, though, more stingy against the run, only giving up 111 rushing yards per game. I believe that the Pirates are going to find a way to make the Chanticleers a little bit one-dimensional and force them to win this game solely through the air. I don't really think you're going to see much of a run day, big running game from Coastal Carolina. The problem is ECU has struggled to get any pass rush going. 23 sacks on the year. I don't think they're going to get after Grayson McCall that much. They've only held 5 opponents to under 24 points, so they are susceptible to allowing a lot of points up on the board. But I will give them a little credit here. 4 of those games we just mentioned came in the first 4 weeks. So, 4 of those things came in the first 4 weeks. So the tale of ECU's defense kind of starting really strong, and they're kind of fizzling out here at the end. So they have one more solid game defensively in them to take down Coastal Carolina, clinch an 8-win season. That's the million-dollar question here. I'll tell you that the answer to that, for me, is yes. I do believe that ECU has one last good defensive stand in them. I love the Pirates in this game. I love it. You look at a Coastal team that's kind of down on themselves. They failed to win the Sun Belt Conference. They lose their head coach, Jamie Chadwell, who they love. He's off to Liberty. 9-3 is not a bad year by any means, but you're looking at an ECU team that's hungry. First bowl appearance since 2015. The players that were there last year should have gotten to play in a bowl game, but it was canceled. So the ones that stuck around, they're hungry. They're ready to play some postseason football. They want this thing. And I can easily see Coastal Carolina saying, hey, you know what, we're kind of ready to move on to the Tim Beck era. Let's just get in to 2023. So I love ECU. They've looked good this season. They're pumped. They're excited to be here. Motivation advantage goes to the Pirates. You look at Coastal Carolina. They were killed by James Madison. They were killed by Troy. They were down 31-0 in that Sun Belt Conference game. I think they're kind of mentally checked out. Those were their last 2 games. Killed by James Madison, killed by Troy. Last 2 games, they really haven't shown up. I don't expect them to show up for a bowl that some would dub meaningless. It certainly is not meaningless for the Pirates. So give me ECU all day to take down Coastal, clinch an 8-win season, and be champions of the Birmingham Bowl, a bowl game they fell just short in all the way back in 2015. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks over on the gridironexpert.com. Again, we have our holiday special over there, $29.99, get you all postseason football picks, not just for college, but for NFL as well. So make sure to go check it out. The link for that down in the description below. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.